The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, the Cubs were up 6-0 in the sixth last night in a week where it's pretty much win or go home against the best team in baseball, the Atlanta Braves. The Braves come back and make it 6-5 in the eighth.
Hey, we were pretty close.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's 6-5. The Braves were due to come back. It's fine. We can hold on to this lead. And then Braves catcher Sean Murphy came up to the plate and hit a nice shot, but a very catchable shot into the right center gap where Cody Bellinger and Seiya Suzuki were hanging out doing their job. And this is what happened next.
3-2. In the air out towards right center. Suzuki the call. Oh, no!
Oh, my goodness.
And two-run score. Suzuki called off Bellinger. And just the miscommunication, or maybe he lost it in the lights. I'm not sure.
I don't know if he lost it in the lights. I don't know what happened. He dropped a very catchable ball that probably sealed the fate in this week. The playoff hopes for the Cubs. It's early. It's Wednesday.
Oh, why would you say that?
Because it's absolutely what happened here last night. That drop ball.
That's a very negative spin when there's a lot of games left.
There's not.
There's 5.
There's not.
There's a lot of games left. Other people can lose. We can win. There's all sorts of stuff going on.
I love your positive take, but if we look back on it,
you're the worst. With the first game into a series, we're out.
Kenzie, this was very Kenzie.
I would love to know your World Series prediction when we were down, 4? Negative ass. Because you won.
Do you think? I want to go back to you at that time. I didn't know you at that time. Were you rooting? They're going to come back and win.
Yep.
Down 3-1. Were you?
You bet your bottom dollar, baby.
I want to get your husband on the phone and confirm that. That's right. I want the tapes. I want the pictures. I want the tapes. I want the social media. I want the audio. I want everything.
In high spirits, baby. We're in the World Series. Great team.
So the Cubs lost 7-6. Suzuki got him. Suzuki got him there with the 2-run triple in the third. So we can't, you can't go too hard on there. But obviously, travesty. So the Brewers clinched the NL Central last night. The Phillies clinched the playoff spot in the wild card. And Kenzie, more to it. The Marlins got rained out, so they have a doubleheader today.
They'll be very tired.
Jake Berger, good positive spin on that.
Whoa, I was the doubleheader. It's a tough deck of cards right there.
The problem is with the Marlins is that Case's boy from the White Sox, Jake Berger, is now hitting .313, 9 home runs since being traded by the White Sox to the Marlins. He has become a legitimate star in Miami.
No, he's crushing it. It's amazing. I would have loved to see him on the South Side.
He's having a good time.
Yeah, oh my God, he's really taking to Miami well.
Yeah.
Other part of the bad spin here, Kenzie, is the White Sox didn't help by losing 15-4 to the D-backs last night with 6-run fifth inning, 15 runs on 12 hits. Not a good game.
It would have been better if they probably kept Jake Berger. I will admit that.
And I'm not trying to drag you down.
Had some better odds there.
Hindsight's 2020. We didn't know.
Looking back,
it's a rough one here the last 12 hours, but there's still hope. Give me that song again. The sun will come out tomorrow.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Very good. I'm feeling better.
I'm not. I feel horrible for Seiya Suzuki. I feel bad for Cubs fans.
I felt, my God, my heart, as upset as I was in the moment, people tweeted, horrible stuff.
Yeah, I hate that. That's not my thing.
I hate it, too, because, most of us have no talent, and here's somebody really talented who just didn't come through for you in the exact moment. And, I find that frustrating.
Do you think you could catch a fly ball?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't run near it. That's not my natural instinct.
You wouldn't run away from the fly ball?
Absolutely.
Okay, good to know.
I would I don't like that coming near. You should see me at a game when there's this foul. I'm out of there. I've never stood up so fast in my life.
You're at the hot dog stand pretty quick.
I don't want to participate.
Yeah. Well,
I've always been a sports watcher.
Not a player.
Never even. When there's a charity game, I'm absolutely not.
I can host this.
I will host this.
Where's your microphone?
Well, we know where you stand on fly balls. And it's too bad Seiya Suzuki dropped this one right through his glove. It was tragic, and it is incredibly unfortunate. The White Sox, by the way, have sold out nearly the Dower tickets for tomorrow's game. Hopefully that will help them come back and beat the Diamondbacks, keep us in this wild card race, which is only 5 games left.
I'm really hoping with the sold-out game, or near sold-out game tomorrow, that there's some sort of protest, some sort of action.
A protest?
Something to protest the horrible year that the White Sox have had. A sell the team chant, a banner of some sort. If you're going, Make us proud.
And we do have that going for the Bears Toilet Bowl this Sunday with the Broncos that don't show.
Yeah, our goal is don't show up to the Bears, show up to the White Sox, but make a scene at the White Sox.
Correct. You can still go tailgate for the Bears game, just don't go inside. An empty stadium sends the message, not happy. By the way, the Taylor Swift effect on the Bears game. Despite the Chiefs blowing out the Bears in one of the worst football games ever, the game finished with the highest watched game of the week. 24.3 million people watched the Bears-Chiefs game because Taylor Swift was seen at the beginning of the game. More with the Taylor Swift effect. She made Sunday Night Football the most watched by women in history. 12 to 17-year-olds and 18 to 49-year-old girls and women watched the game Sunday night just because they wanted to hear the back reports on Taylor
I'm sure
Swift.
Husbands and boyfriends loved that across the way.
The 13-year-old girl wanted to watch the game with dad while he's drinking a beer and
He's
eating
like,
nachos.
"Oh, okay, super. You're
That's
here."
fantastic. You don't think they liked it?
No.
You think they use football as alone time?
I absolutely think that was discouraging for many.
Yeah, I mean, or it was a bonding moment. It was nice. I mean, the dad's got the little girl that's finally interested in watching a little football with him. I look at the positive side of that. I can't wait till Harper wants to watch football with me. She watches already on Sunday, but she has no choice. She's 10 months old. She can't leave.
She has no choice.
It's funny because I can tell, like, my husband's like, "Oh, let's watch the game together." And then mainly Cubs. That's like where he really freaks out. But I'll start talking. He's like, "Oh, shh." And I'm like, "Wait, you can see it." I don't understand why we can't say things.
No, you have to listen. It's like a whole
But
experience.
we have eyes. And then I have no concept of radio listening to sports. I can't do it. It's like I don't have the visual picture of what's happening. It's not painted for me. And the other day, Justin was telling me a story. My husband, he was telling me a story. And he kind of got a little quiet, so then I chimed in. He goes, "Oh, okay, that was the score. I've been waiting for that the whole time." I'm like, "Oh, wow." I didn't even catch that's what was popping up at all.
Score's pretty important.
I'm like, I can't. He was like, "All right," stopped my story intentionally. I'm like, "Whoops." Probably come back around.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Here's the Veil. Show's coming up in December. They will come in the studio with Brian and Kenzie here on Q101.
I love them so much.
They'll be amazing. They were so great at our pop-up at the Cubby Bear. And this will be epic with the shows at the Aragon and right here. We're right over here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Kind of like a little far over this side. They'll be over there. They're going to perform live in the studio. It'll be amazing.
Yeah, here. Well, you don't have to point to where they're going to stand.
Well, I'm like right here, and I'm like, they'll probably be over here. Kind of right over there.
Okay.
You'll see it. It'll be great.
Same station for everybody else. They don't have to adjust it to where they're going to stand.
But right now, let's worry about John Mulaney in concert. You want an amazing laugh at the Rosemont Theater, Thursday, December 21st, also around that same time. So, 312-591-8300. John Mulaney tickets at the Rosemont Theater, furnished by Live Nation and Brian and Kenzie. Call now to compete against Kenzie and clash with Kenzie in a trivia contest for the tickets.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Yes, we've upped the game this week. John Mulaney tickets in concert, Rosemont Theater, coming up in December. You can be there. The pre-sale starts today, by the way, at 10 a.m. The information at Q101.com. But hey, free ones are better. Our friends at Live Nation help us out with this, of course, and you will laugh your ass off. You'll leave that place with your stomach hurting if you don't know much about John Mulaney. Saturday Night Live days, of course, and seen some of his stand-up, but you will be dying.
And he's an Illinois boy, a little Chicago boy.
It's good to support the locals. It's good to do that.
He's like the most famous comedian on earth. Why are you selling him like he's up and coming?
Because
I think he's going to be at Zanies.
not everybody knows everybody.
Okay, all
in
right.
your world, maybe, but some people out there might not know, and I'm just encouraging them to go take a listen.
All right, these are big tickets.
I get it.
I'm rooting for Jessica.
Okay, Jessica Ahoy.
Jessica!
Tell us something really quick about yourself, Jessica.
Hello. I am on my way to work, and I am an IRS agent.
Oh.
Ooh. I'm not going to get audited if I win, am I?
I'm not the popular person, for sure.
Be honest. You do that if someone, pisses you off, right? They're going to get audited?
Oh, definitely not. It's all assignment.
Talked about conspiracy theories last hour. I don't know.
Right.
Wink, wink. It's all random.
Okay, so here we go. First one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same with you. Call heads or tails on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Call it.
Tails.
It is tails.
Oh, I am on a losing streak.
That's right. Let's see here. You ready there, Jessica?
Yes, I am.
Question number 1. The abnormal fear of spiders is called what?
Arachnophobia.
Arachnophobia, right? Jessica's on the board. Kenzie, where is the Sea of Tranquility?
Ooh, it's the moon, I believe.
It is on the moon, as we talked about the flat Earth
Allegedly,
theories.
because apparently we've never been there, according to some people.
If you missed last hour's conversation, how we've never been to the moon, 9/11 was an inside job, JFK was killed by the mafia. That's at the podcast. You can check that out another
A lot
time.
of questions were answered.
Yeah. Oh, 6 o'clock hour, certainly. We have a red flag on us from the
We're a
government.
little off the rails.
Yeah. Jessica's got us on the IRS list right now.
I know, it's not looking good. It is 1-1, and it is back to Jessica.
Jessica, fission is the process of splitting what?
You said what? I'm sorry.
Fission is the process of splitting what? 3.
An atom?
And Adam's right. Jessica's got 2. Kenzie,
Uh-huh.
what's the name of the baby on Family Guy?
Stewie.
Stewie's right. 2-2. Here we go.
That's right. Give Jessica the Adam Sling question. And you the Family Guy.
Kenzie's going,
Whoa.
dodged the bullet on that
Boy,
one.
am I relieved.
Back to Jessica?
Yes.
Ted Kaczynski was better known as what infamous criminal? 3, 2, 1. Oh, boy. Another Chicago boy. Kenzie?
Okay, with a heavier heart, that would be the Unabomber.
The Unabomber who passed away this
A
year.
lot more support for John Mulaney.
To quote Brian, gotta support our local boys.
No.
Got to support John Mulaney and the Unabomber.
No.
I think the Unabomber's opening for him at the Rosemont.
Oh,
He's got some theories.
Bringing his corpse out there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You guys, good Lord.
It is 2-3. It is back to Kenzie.
Kenzie.
Yep.
Whose last book was Oh, the Places You'll Go?
Dr. Seuss, baby.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Popular gift to get your kids when they're going to college. Even though it's not a very college level book, I've noticed that a lot of parents are doing that lately.
Depends on the college. On how the level of book reading you'll be on there.
All right, well, bad news for Jessica. She has 2. Kenzie has 4. It is back to Jessica, though.
Jessica, what film duo ends a road trip by driving a Thunderbird off a cliff?
The Hangover?
Not The Hangover.
Oh, that'd be great if it was The Hangover. It's not The Hangover. Kenzie for the win?
It's kind of a classic. That would be Thelma and Louise.
That's right. Brad Pitt's first movie, by the way. Shirtless.
It
And
was his first. I know he was in it. Was that his first?
It looked handsome as hell. Jessica,
Still does, you know.
please don't audit us, please. Jessica?
Well, you know what we can do for Jessica is let's hook her up with the Barbie movie.
That's right. Barbie on digital. You want that?
Sure, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, there you
and
go.
now you own it. So we're going to hook her up, and then in like 2 minutes, we'll give away the John Mulaney tickets.
That's right. We'll play some Vance Joy here. After that, stand by 3 minutes.
Because Case can only answer so many phones at once. So we have to have a slight pause for Jessica's information.
He's
We
gonna,
greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Thinking way ahead.
he's gonna shuffle back to his room and answer the phones in 3 minutes, so stay right here.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
Well, Jeremy in Crown Point got the tickets for John Mulaney in concert at the Rosemont Theater Thursday, December 21st. The pre-sale is today at 10 a.m. and use the code STUDIO if you want to get in on those tickets. They go on sale Friday for the rest of them.
Not right now.
No, not right now. That's just
Brian.
that's for tickets at 10 a.m. We're done then. We're off here.
Okay.
Lauren's in. They'll bother her.
Okay, that's going to be a 10 a.m. scenario.
Yeah, and don't text that to us. That's just the code that you will use to buy them for the pre-sale on Live Nation.
That's not a text and to win thing. He's
No.
he's very misleading right now.
I didn't think it was, but I know
We
you're.
just came off a contest.
I know you're I get it. Your fingers are tired from texting. I understand. We'll get a bowl
We've
of ice in
easily
here.
had over 500 texts today.
It's a popular show.
And pregnant people get carpal tunnel, Brian.
Pregnant people get carpal tunnel?
Yeah.
Why in your hands?
I don't know. I don't have the answer to a lot of things.
Oh, call Case on the phone. I was going to Google that, why they get that, and why do your hands have a problem?
because you just like 'cause everything swells up and it hurts.
Oh,
They actually asked me because like my wrists and stuff were like hurting a lot. And I'm like, hey, is this normal? At the doctor, and they go, do you by chance type a lot at work? I go, yeah. They go, how long? I go, for like 4 hours. I type the whole time.
Right.
And they go, oh. Anybody who types for 30 minutes to an hour a day while pregnant most likely will have bad carpal tunnel. I do it for all 4 hours.
Or I wonder, just if you're not pregnant, how much you type a day to get carpal tunnel. Because you're going to start wearing those like bands on wrists, if you those things.
I'm going to come in with like wrist guards, look like I'm an athlete. Everyone's going to be like, oh, did you injure yourself in a cool way? No, it's carpal tunnel because I text.
I'm just texting listeners, texting our people out there, Evan the plumber and Mitchell and all our people. Just
So
texting them out there. That's how I got my carpal tunnel. So
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So about 6 minutes away, 8 a.m., and we will get you tickets to Noah Khan, Alpine Valley. So good to hear about a big-ass show at Alpine Valley coming up because, quite frankly, a lot of the shows have moved to Wrigley Field or Soldier Field when these artists come through, which is wonderful. As Kenzie said, Fall Out Boy at Wrigley last year was her probably best concert ever. It's your number one now. But also Alpine Valley, the show's out there. A big commitment to get up there and get to the show, but it is a wild scene up there. So those tickets coming up not too far away. Noah Khan, the man that stole Lollapalooza 2023, I hope you know him. So would you pay $6,000 to make sure you met Mr. or Mrs. Right? Now, what this means is $500 a month. There's a new Tinder plan, a $500 a month plan that offers a massive amount of exclusivity. I think that's really what it is all about, more than amazing features.
$500 a month?
$500 a month. Now, right now,
Wow.
I know Tinder has a pay plan now, but isn't it still free if you want it to be free? You can get the free plan, then you can pay a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, because there's ads and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a hot minute, you know?
Yeah, I'm not trying to say I know what's going on in Tinder anymore. I don't want to, I was on there at one point, but not anymore. I've been married 2.5 years now. Come on now.
Well, you were dating for a while before that, so I hope that you weren't on.
Well, November 1st will be 6 years with Megan.
Yeah.
So now I met her on Match, but I had paid in advance. You want to know how cheap I am?
Oh,
So I paid in advance for 6 months. It was $120 at the time. So I was
What'd
like,
you do?
well, I met Megan, started dating her, and I knew she was the one right away, of course. But I didn't cancel my Match account because I'd prepaid for it for the better price. And her friends found me on Match, and these are Philly women, and they came at me full force every time we're out. Why haven't you deleted your Match account yet?
Wow. What did you say?
Well, I said, you know what? It's just entertainment for you. It's just funny to me. I go through the profiles. It's just some kind of passes the time on my phone when I'm, waiting for my burger or something. And that was the truth. I wasn't looking for another woman. But if you ask Megan today about that, she's convinced I was still shopping around, in her words. Because we only went out for a couple weeks when this all, I said, hey, I just re-signed up and we met on Match, and she was canceling hers, obviously. She canceled hers right away. But $120, I couldn't get it back. So I thought I might as well stay on the platform, right?
You think that Match would offer something about if you match and end up in a serious relationship, we'll refund you? Like if you end up in a serious relationship because of us
Thank
and
you.
send in your story.
I would have gotten rid of it.
That would be kind of sweet because then they'd have all these like, I signed up for a year, but I got half the money back because I met somebody. That would actually be a really good thing for them, like testimonies.
If they would have given me $20 back, something. I deserved something for finding the love of my life.
Well, you found the love of your life. I think that was you
Come
spent
on.
$120 or whatever.
And they helped with that. So
Yeah,
I'm very
big part of it.
very appreciative of the Match for what happened. Because, at that point, Megan had gone through a whole bunch of dates, and I'd gone through a bunch of dates and getting a little frustrated. We know how much dating apps can be. Now, Tinder is offering a $500 a month plan, but you have to be invited to get in the plan. So it's...
I mean, if someone's interested in you, okay, that doesn't make sense to me. Why would you have to be invited? Because if someone's interested in you enough to invite you, you should just go on a date with them.
Well, no, it's by their people. So it's a premium plan of basically a really exclusive experience on Tinder with other exclusive people that were invited.
That's a nice way to package it. Listen, you're invited to give us $500 a month.
Yeah.
We're going to allow it.
Yeah, it'll all be great. So according to the website, Tinder said direct messaging to people without matching up first, 2 times a week. That's all you still get for the $500.
Wow.
So you have to have the match, of course, to DM somebody. But you can do it 2 times a week with that $500. That's one benefit.
I've only used a dating app once, and it was literally for one evening.
Was it Tinder?
It was actually Tinder.
Okay.
I downloaded it after my ex cheated on me. One of my exes that cheated on me.
It's a shame people don't know Kenzie's history. It's a bad history.
It's not great. So anyways, I got cheated on. And I was just feeling crappy. Even though if you get cheated on, that's a them thing, but you never feel great. You're like, all right, wasn't enough. That is super.
Aw,
and so
terrible.
I downloaded it. And there used to be something on Tinder where you could get super liked. I don't know why, but you had like 5 super likes or something.
Yeah.
In this one experience. And I got super liked a few times. I just deleted it the next day. I'm like, I feel hot again. I feel
right.
better.
There you go.
I responded to no one. I matched with no one. I just wanted people to be like, oh my gosh, we should go out. Any guy's lucky to have you. I'm like, I feel good. I just deleted the whole app.
I'd like to do a deep dive in those guys that super liked you, and where are they now?
I don't know.
The poor guys wasted their super
Couple
like.
of them are in the NFL.
Oh, well, that's good that they got their investment back with a super
It was
like.
weird because I was living in Minnesota at the time, and the amount of, and you get verified on Tinder, so it had like a check mark next to it.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of Vikings players on Tinder was shocking.
Well, interesting story was, since it's been big this week with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, his brother, Jason Kelce, who plays for the Eagles, met his wife on Tinder.
See, that I'm saying there's a decent amount of I'm not saying that they're all like sweethearts who want to get married. I am sure that's not the vibes.
No.
But there's a lot of professional athletes on just normal Tinder.
Yeah, and he had a picture of him on the sideline, but it was cropped in so you couldn't see the jersey.
Oh my God.
And I remember she tells us in the documentary, Kelce, which is on Prime right now, which is a great documentary. And she said they just put in Jason, because he had his first name, and Philadelphia. And then that came up, Jason Kelce, and they go, well, that looks like him. So he said, let's meet up at a bar. And so she said, well, here's the thing. Either we're getting catfished, I'm getting catfished by somebody,
Right.
or it's really him. Either way, it's hilarious. So her and her girlfriends went to the bar, met up, and it was him. It was Jason Kelce. Now they're married with 3 kids.
Crazy.
Wild. So people have a lot of success stories. I mean, Case, did you meet your girl on an app? I think you did.
Yeah, we met on Hinge.
Hinge.
And we'll have been together for 1 year next week.
Wow. Look at that.
But that came after years and years of failure. I mean, I feel like I'm a bit of a dating app expert because I was on all of them. I was on Tinder, I was on Bumble, I was on
Did you ever
Hinge.
super like somebody?
Oh, in my most desperate hours, absolutely.
And tell me, you used up all those super likes in like the first 3 seconds
Oh,
of
yeah,
being
I
on
have
the
5
app.
super likes, so I'm throwing 5 out of the gate immediately.
And then you're going like, oh, I wish I would have saved one for this girl.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's I get it. Tinder was never my thing. The women on Tinder didn't want this. They didn't want a piece of this. You know what I mean? Like, Bumble I would do okay.
Oh.
Hinge I did great. I went on a lot of fun dates on Hinge. Tinder was never the ballpark that I crushed at.
And which one did you meet your girlfriend on?
Hinge.
It was Hinge. Okay,
Yeah.
so you ended up, that was
Yeah,
a
that was a
home
good
run,
time.
if you will.
I hit a grand slam, I think.
Oh, hey. Very Jake Berger of you.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of good success stories out there. And by the way, also with this $500 plan on Tinder, a profile with an unblurred photo that is prioritized on other users' likes you grid for 1 week. But what does that mean? A profile with an unblurred photo that is prioritized on other users' likes you grid for 1 week.
I think they're saying you're moved up in the feed. More people are going to see you.
Oh, okay. They should say that. It's a little easier. That one sucks. A select mode that lets members see and be seen by the app's most sought-after profiles. That sounds like the same thing. You're moved up, kind of.
Oh, God. So now it's just a popularity thing again? Guess who's getting a lot of likes? I don't want to deal with that.
I got to admit, the $500 a month doesn't sound that enticing here. It's just it's a different crop of people, though. It's probably pretty people.
I get it, though. I get it because I paid for the Tinder Premium at one point, and I paid for the Bumble Premium at one point.
Really?
Because it's hard out there, man, and sometimes
Did
you
better quality people show up? Is it like if you get like an Uber X?
yeah, kinda. That's actually exactly it.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.